According to page 6 exclusively, Christine Quinn is requesting full custody of her 2-year-old son Christian George, alleging that their youngster has been abused by her divorced husband, Christian Richard Dumontet. In court filings we were able to obtain and file on Monday, the 35-year-old selling Sunset alum claimed that Richard had perpetrated acts of domestic violence and child abuse against my son and her. She went on, I feared for our safety and reported these acts of abuse to law enforcement because they were true. Following a domestic argument with Quinn, Richard was taken into custody on March 19. It is claimed that during the altercation, Richard hurled a bag containing a glass bottle, striking his toddler son. A public information officer at the scene verified to page 6 that the suspect threw a bag containing a glass bottle at the victim, missed the victim but hit the victim's child, causing injury. Another source informed us that Quinn was forced to take her child to the hospital, where he received medical attention for his wounds. The reality star alleges in the most recent lawsuit that Richard has also broken their agreement by failing to cover their son's medical expenses after he was born in May 2021. Quinn is also requesting that the internet entrepreneur pay unpaid hospital bills related to the birth of the party's son, in an amount over $100,000, total amount to be determined, according to court filings. Quinn asserts that her credit has been severely impacted by her ex-boyfriend, who she claims promised to pay the bills but instead let them go into collectors. Richard's lawyer was contacted by page 6 for comment, but they did not respond right away. Quinn states that she wants the freedom to take Christian George to Texas, where her family resides, without getting permission from her ex-partner. For this reason, she is requesting complete legal and physical custody of Christian George. Restricted from any visits with their child due to the reasons set forth in her attached declaration, is another request she has made for Richard. Quinn recounts some of the alleged violence she endured during her marriage in addition to the events involving their little son. She describes in great detail her estranged husband's alleged history of mental health concerns and again relates a confrontation in which Richard reportedly flung dog crap at her in the court filing. The former Netflix star also brings up the fresh allegation that Richard reportedly exploited Nancy Dumontet, his mother, and her legal team as recently as last week. According to Quinn's allegation in the court records, his mother had recently suffered a heart attack, so he urged his estranged wife to phone Nancy while his kid was present. Quinn asserts, she did not have a heart attack. Christian is attempting to control me, my attorneys, and even his own attorneys with this attempt to take advantage of a family member's fictitious medical condition. I have serious concerns that Christian will use any means, including severe emotional manipulation, to keep tabs on my whereabouts while the restraining order is in force. Quinn's claims have already been refuted by Richard, who also obtained a restraining order against the realtor on the grounds that she had been lying to police. But a judge turned down his motion for the time being. For more page 6 updates on reality TV. Quinn was granted temporary access to the marital residence after her request for a restraining order was approved. She is expected to have access to the property until Wednesday, when a hearing will decide whether or not the restraining order is extended permanently, according to the judge. However, Quinn claims in the most recent filing that Richard has altered their LA addresses codes. She further alleges, he has locked me and our 2-year-old son out of our house in violation of both orders, and that he has maliciously denied me access to my home, which contains all of my personal belongings and all of our son's food and belongings. Richard was the one to file for divorce on April 5, citing irreconcilable differences, in spite of all of Quinn's charges. The creator of Real Open is requesting exclusive custody of their son, both legally and physically. Regarding his arrest for domestic abuse last month, page 6 has discovered through the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office that Richard has not yet been prosecuted criminally. However, the case is still being investigated. Page 6 request for comment was not immediately answered by Quinn's representative. For assistance with any of the topics covered in this article, text START to 88788 or give the National Domestic Violence Hotline a call at 1-800-799-SAFE, 7233.